First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Thubten Dorji. Homage to the main deity of Homa, Padma Kumara. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And on the altar to the Golden Mother, Amitabha Tathagata, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, and the protector Yamantaka, Akalanatha. Namo Hai King Kuan Yin. And Namo Hai King Kuan Yin Sutra. And all Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions, and all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. Homage to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dharmapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. Sumo, Thubten Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, temple directors, and all disciples, and all disciples over the webcast, and our participating VIPs today are the Chief Secretary to the Taiwan government, Mr. Zheng Peifu and Mrs. Zheng, academician from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu Siyi and Mrs. Zhu, and the council from Nantou County, Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee, and the secretary to the Nantou County Council, Mr. Chen Guozhong, the law advisor to True Buddha School, Ms. Jennifer Zhou and Mr. Lu Wenxiang, and True Buddha School Scholars Group and Medical Group, and the Council of Tainan City, the rep to Mr. Tsai Wang-chuen, and the ROC Overseas Chinese Compatriots Affairs in Seattle, the former director, Mr. Xiong, from Malaysia, Datuk Kenneth Loy, Latin, Meeting, and their daughter Li Qian. From Vietnam, Zhongqun Enterprise President Mr. Deng Chongjun. He's been a disciple for many lifetimes. And fellow disciples from Vietnam, a total of 30 people. And from Vietnam, the Phu Liao International Company General Manager Mr. Zheng En-chuan, from Vietnam, the Xie Mechanical Company General Manager Mr. Li Chongxian, Mr. and Mrs. Zhu, the directors of the Lotus Light Charity Society of Taiwan, Mr. Zhang Yaolun, and the president of the Worldwide Lotus Light Charity Society, and the producers for the Great Perfection Dharma Havaja Exposition and Dharma Messages of Tantrayana, Master Lian Yue, and the host, Dharma Sister Pei Jun. And the host to Lamdre and the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, Master Lian Hai, Master Lian He, and Master Lian Jia. Producers for the Gen Gen Sang Shinten, Illuminating Your Heart of CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi. And the elder of True Buddha School, Master Chang Zi, and Master Chang Ren. And thank you to Dharma Brother Chen Jinqiang for his donation of 100,000 NT dollars. And from Hong Kong, Dharma Sister Yang Chuo Jian for a donation of 100,000 NT dollars. And Dharma Sister Xu Wei Ling also 100,000 NT dollars. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Selamat siang, selamat petang. Sawadika, kamsamida. Ngomo konnichiwa. Doichi, hola amigo. Merci beaucoup. 日本的上师有来吗？
Is the Japanese master here? Konnichiwa. Today we perform Padma Kumara Homa, and we can say that this is the greatest empowerment for the lineage. If anyone felt that they have lost the lineage, by attending the ceremony today and by receiving the empowerment of the lineage flow, then you regain your lineage. And I guarantee that there would be the greatest Dharma flow inside your body as the empowerment is conferred upon you. And we have extremely numerous primary supplicants today. There were many, many of them. And everybody will receive huge fortune. Today, as I was signing the books, the first person in line was a couple bringing a child. And they offered 2 huge red envelopes. And I thought, just for signing the books, there's no need to offer such huge red envelopes because it's always voluntary. So my eyes sparkled a little. And they secretly told me that they won the huge lottery. And I went, you won the huge lottery. Okay, can't say more. So I closed my my mouth. Very pleased. So Usu Mei from Tatan culture. Where is she? Nobody stood up. She's gone to the bathroom. Did she see the prize winner? Someone won the prize, but it's best if nobody saw them. Because in the past, when someone won the lottery, someone went to them and said, what was said? Let me tell you. Golden Mother told me that you win the lottery, we just borrow your hands to win the lottery in order to build my temple. It's to build my temple. Please don't applaud yet. Let me finish and then you can applaud. So she said that Golden Mother borrowed your hand to build my temple. Oh, good that you won the lottery. That's good. And for your living expenses, I'll leave 1 million for you, and the remaining 54 millions are all for me. For the basic living expenses, I will give you, but the rest of the money is to build my temple. So after that, after they won the lottery, they never showed up again. They were so scared. And not only them. After I listened to her talk, I also shocked. I was shocked too. Please remember, everyone can build a temple inside their hearts. Inside your temple, you make offering to the Yidam inside your own hearts. Then there would be true merits. If there is no functions to the Lizang temple, then that's not the authentic. So if the Lizang temple is not propagating true Buddha authentic Dharma, then that's not authentic. If the Lizang temple is only for non-profit organization, it's to gain benefits, then that's not authentic. If it's to gain fame, it's also not authentic. And if it's just a jumping stone to your own gains and benefits, then that's not authentic. The true merits are gained by practicing according to the lineage root guru's teachings and practice every single day, then you would gain true merits. If you practice every single day according to the root guru's teachings, then you gain true merits. There's one thing that's very important. The other day we dined together with several fellow disciples from Malaysia. The whole table, they were all males, and I asked them, "Have you read my book writing about the ghost?" And only one of them said yes, but the rest were very quiet. They have not read the book. Today, a new book is published. It's the ghost among ghosts. It's more truthful than the first book writing about the ghost. Why did I say this? That the book writing about the ghosts is already very authentic, based on my observations. But this new book, The Ghosts of All Ghosts, this book is about the true personal experience of the true Buddha disciples. So this book is even more authentic. So these two books, writing about ghosts and the ghosts of all ghosts, every disciple should have these two books, and every disciple should have read these two books. If you can't buy the books in hard copies, then you can get on the website tbboye.org. So if you want to keep this kind of materials, then you can buy these two books writing about ghosts and the ghosts of all ghosts. Then you would have the proper wisdom to discern. So Grandmaster now is telling everybody, True Buddha School is a non-profit organization. It's not for profits and it's not for fame. It's not for status. We don't want any of those. What we want is to be reborn into the pure lands, the Buddha lands. I once saw the monk bag of Master Changzi. Please show me your monk bag. On it, it's written True Buddha School and nothing at the back. It's been a long time since you washed your bag. It's moldy. It's good if you can grow Ganoderma or Lingzi on it. But I once saw through my divine eyes that on Changzi's monk bag there were characters on it written to be reborn into the Buddha land. One night, about 3 or 4 days ago, for the whole night, as I was sleeping, Gawang Kwansin, hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, entered into my dream, descended from the sky and entered into my dream. And she taught me a Dharma practice that I never heard before. So the hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva taught me a Dharma practice which I never heard before. And the hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva told me, just practice according to my teaching. And I agreed. And she said it and I followed it one by one, step by step, according to hiking Kuan Yin's instruction. And I practiced until dawn. And at 7:30, when Simu woke me up, I woke up. And I told Simu that hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva transmitted a Dharma to me, right? So I can practice. I'm able to practice in the dream too. I really did practice in my dream. After I did my practice, I gained really swift response. I had an unresolved issue. And in my dream, I practiced the Dharma taught by hiking Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and I practiced according to his instruction. And after completing the practice, upon getting up, the issue was resolved. So the response was immediate and it was resolved right away. So that's why today I especially offer my gratitude to Hiking Guanyin Bodhisattva and to offer my gratitude to Namo Hiking Guanyin Sutra and gratitude to all the well-departed Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis inside the Hiking Guanyin Sutra. Very grateful to them all. Let me tell you, this is very true. And only this is the real truth. The other day, Dhamma brother Mei Hua, he was seated next to me and told me, one time there was a fellow disciple that went with X to Wanhua, which is like a point of interest market that kills snakes. They sell snakes, gallbladder and snake meat and soup. And X told the disciple, and the fellow disciple told X, "Where is my brother Mei Hua? Where is he? He's outside." Oh well, I'll just recap. The disciple, "How come my heart beats so fast?" And X immediately replied, "I have communicated to the snake that this snake was an ancestor of your past life. That's why you felt it and your heart beat so fast." So I told them, Sister Shiachi, about this story. And she said that, "What kind of story is always the same?" When I went to the fisherman wharf at San Francisco, I felt something strange in my stomach, and I told X that I felt something strange, and I was standing in front of cooked crabs. They're all dead crabs. And X said that of all these crabs, there was your father from the past life. Oh, then what should you do? Then you should just buy all the crabs and bring them back to the X temple. And Dharma Sister Shi kneeled down and cried really hard. Cried really hard. It was worse than when her own father was sick. And then the fellow disciple said that the meat of your dad was very tasty. When Dharma Sister Shi heard that story, said, "Oh, the same kind of story, always related to you. It's always the same story. Why don't you make up new stories?" Zen Master has lots of materials, but I left it in Seattle, a whole pile of it, written by disciples. maybe as much as this table. I didn't bring them back here. So why don't you make up something new so that it's very refreshing? So that my books are not so boring. I saw Master Lian Yu. Please stand up. Did you see X Ghost? Give her a microphone. If you see it, then say so. If you don't, then don't. One night, I saw tall and white thing as tall as 2 floors. Just a shadow. I didn't see his face. I felt it quite strange. Please sit down. Let me tell you. A face like a pizza with huge mouth and the tongue lolling out very long and the 2 eyes emitting blue light, and on the head there is like a meat growth that's purple, and the head bomb cracked open and there was a tongue sticking out, and the tongue of a snake, and the tongue is like this, the tongue, and the 2 eyes are blue light, and an upturned nose and huge mouth, and like a really huge and long tongue like a hata, and there was a meat like a head bomb at the top of the head, and the meat opened and there was another tongue with that split open sticking out. Isn't it scary? Really scary. That's her original form. She's the blood drinker demon from the hell. That's my authentic seeing. That's my true vision. Not short, quite huge. And the figure is as round as a water barrel with 2 short legs and 2 long arms, and she loves to take other people's stuff, and 2 tongues, and the tongue sticking out, and her tongue here that had a drawn in the blood of all sentient beings. That's a really weird thing, which is the blood drinker demon from hell. So time is about up. So I have seen her original form already. There's no need to say more. Today let's talk about Lamdre. Lamdre is transmitted by a really great guru in Tantrayana, that's Virupa. And Virupa practiced Chakrasamvara, Heruka, which we have transmitted already. And Chakrasamvara has 60 Dharma practices. Do you know in ancient India there were 2 temples? One is the Nalanda University of Buddhism, and the other one, I'm asking all the masters. Master Li said it's the Chaojie Temple. That's correct. Please applaud her. So the Chaojie Temple has 6 doors, or 6 gates. Now let me ask you, the guardian of the east gate of the 6 gates is who? Who is it? Everybody's checking the internet. Well, if you check your cell phone. Who? Oh, Santipa, the Santipa Mahasiddha. And he practiced Chakrasamvara and Guya Samaya, which we will transmit in February. Santipa Mahasiddha. He's the guardian of the east gate, and the guardian of the west gate is the Yu self-mastery, and Naropa is the guardian of the south gate. So the 6 famous lineage gurus of Tantrayana guard the 6 gates. And someone went to study the Buddha Dharma. And who was that? First, he went to the east gate from Santipa to study that Guya Samaya and Chakrasamvara Dharma. And that was Drogmi Yeshi Sakyayisi. And who transmitted Lamdre? That was Virupa. And then Santipa. Sakyayisi and Drogmi Yishi. So Drogmi is the oldest guru of Lamdre. So today we talk about Lamdre. On the colorful altar, the 11 base empowerments obtained are the 7 empowerments of water, precious crown, scepter, bell, name, forbidden action, and Vajra master, plus the 4 empowerments of love and approval, confirmation, the Su breathing and praise.
日国家坛城，命
And the characters Pocha altar,
的起者，
the one who receives one of the 5 secret empowerments on the 3 kinds of empowerment conference is classified based on their upholding methods into 5 kinds.
国父得冠，从伯父处，
Receiving empowerment from the Buddha Father and receiving instructions at his place, receiving empowerment from the Buddha Mother and instructions from her empty chants, and getting contaminated by the Mara of improper thoughts, so one has no power to receive from these 2 physical bodies, yet one can receive empowerment through the power of remedy or straightening out. The difference of this mindset can be divided into 3 types.
后知舌善，分别列大者，
1. Minor differences.
调和
The secret item which is produced between the conch and the clam is placed on the tongue.
分别
Second,
大者，
middling differences. The item is mixed with curdled milk or wine to be taken as drink. And third, major differences. The item cannot be placed on the tongue. Instead, it is placed on the throat area as a symbol of the light drop.
二者等，
Next, the bodhicitta altar. Having obtained wisdom and intelligence, this is the continuum that instructs on the wisdom seals and all the wisdom delight to generate the yogic experiences of the 4 bliss. Next, the meaningful bodhicitta altar, or the altar of the potential wisdom chi.
因为时
The 4th level empowerment is divided into 5 types. First, at the causal position, the empowerment is merely words showing the path to liberation, regarded as the 4th empowerment by words.
二
Second,
若尚未认
if one still has not mastered the wisdom of the 3rd level empowerment, but what is relied upon is complete and pure, when the empowerment is conferred using transmission procedure, it is called the 4th empowerment with reliance. Third, directly pointing that yogic experiences and Buddha's wisdom are no different. This is the superior 4th level empowerment. Fourth, for convenience to add to one's realization, permission on practicing on the path is called the 4th empowerment for use on the path. Fifth, combining all the causal practices at the ultimate perfect Buddha ground is the 4th empowerment to bear fruition. The last 2 empowerments are gradually conferred.
请问，我刚刚已经念过道果，
Let me ask you, I
你
just
们知道
read Lamdre. Now do you understand what it means?
我把道果的文念给你们听，
I just read from the
不了解，
excerpt. Do you understand?
我很直接。
Oh, you're very direct.
我如果不讲解，
If I don't explain
谁
it,
能了解？
who would have understood?
这个必须要2样。
You need 2 things.
第一，
First,
对事的修行去了解；
you need spiritual cultivations from many lifetimes in order to
你
comprehend.
亲自去修持，
Or you practice it yourself personally and you have attainments, then you would
这
understand.
2项之外，
Other than these 2 things, nobody would be able to understand.
它的用的句子非常的堪深，非常的
The use of words are very terse,
深奥。
and the meanings are very profound.
它会让初学者望而却步。所以三家教的道果，
So the
没有
novice
几个人得到
would be
真正的
lost.
传承。
So that's why not many people truly receive
没有几个人
Lamdre lineage.
能够讲解这
not very many people have lineage for Lamdre. That not that many people can truly comprehend and expound on Lamdre. Very few and far in between. And today, the one that can expound on Lamdre is Grandmaster Sengyen Lu. Grandmaster Lu. If you go to the Sakya temple now, and in order to study it, you have to practice for a very long period of time. And you need the reincarnations from many lineage gurus in order to understand. My guru taught me that the first level empowerment is the vase empowerment, and the second level empowerment is the empowerment of the red and white flower, and the third level empowerment is the true touch empowerment. However, it has now become the touch empowerment by a brush, a paintbrush. And the fourth level empowerment, the highest empowerment of great perfection, has no form. However, he divided it into 5 types, which is the supreme or the meaningful bodhicitta altar, and also the altar of the potential wisdom qi, in order to receive the empowerments. First is empowerment by words. And second is the empowerment through the reliance. And third is teaching you the Buddha's wisdom. That's a superior fourth level. And the fourth kind is to add to one's realization, permission on practicing on the path, is the fourth empowerment for use on the path. And the second one, the fifth one, is the ultimate. The fourth level empowerment has no form. However, in Tainan City, there was a woman which is short and ugly and accepting lots of money on behalf of Grandmaster, and then she gave people fourth level empowerment, and then she got all the money. I don't know why this woman dared to receive money for the fourth level empowerment. Up till now, Grandmaster has never conferred the fourth level empowerment to anyone. I don't know where this woman came from. And she got the money for fourth level empowerment and said that that was from me, and she claimed that I am on the phone with her every day. Had this woman be very beautiful and gorgeous, that's possible. But oh my gosh, she's short and ugly. I heard it, I've never seen her. And yet, she's accepting money for fourth level empowerment on my behalf. That's horrible, because you have to go to hell 4 times. By getting those kind of money, you have to go to hell 4 times. Well, that's your problem. But let me tell you, the first empowerment, base empowerment, can be done by water empowerment, precious crown, scepter, bell empowerment, name empowerment, forbidden action, and Vajra Master empowerments, for a total of 7 empowerments. They are all obtained through the base empowerments. And the second kinds, which is the sand mandala, can be used for the second level empowerment. If you receive empowerment from the Buddha Father, or receiving empowerment for the Buddha Mother, and receiving instructions at her empty chants, I need to explain this. If you receive it from the Buddha Father's place, I give you empowerment with white and red flower. If you receive it from me, then I would let you eat the red and white flowers. The red flower represents the red body, and the white flower is the white body. If you receive empowerment from the Buddha Mother, the second level empowerment, how is the empowerment? It's the red cloth banner and the white cloth banner would be drip from the space, hanging from the space, red and white. That's the empowerment that you receive from the Buddha Mother. So the secret item of the secret empowerment. Now we use red and white flower, but in the ancient time they used the white conch and clam shell, and stick your tongue, and they place the conch and the clam on top of your tongue. That's a kind of empowerment in the ancient time. For the Sakya school, they don't use red and white flowers. They use the conch and the clam shell. For the empowerment, and they place them on the tongue and ask them to stick their tongue. And a greater empowerment cannot be placed on the tongue, then it's placed on the throat as a symbol of the light drops at this place. Use the big conch that you cannot put on the tongue. If you stick your tongue, that huge conch would be too big, so they just touch it on the throat to symbolize the white body. As a symbol of the light drop, there's a difference here. And the third kind of empowerment is the most secret empowerment. Bodhicitta altar, having obtained wisdom and intelligence, this is the continuum that instructs on the wisdom seals and all the wisdom light to generate the yogic experiences of the four bliss. What does it mean? With the instruction of the Guru, they are a yogi and a yogini. By the guidance of the Guru, which parts have to be touched as the third level empowerment. So what's written here, the Guru lead them so to give the hand of the yogini to the yogi. So that's the wisdom seals. So the Guru give the wisdom seals to your hands to generate the yogic experiences of the four bliss. Let me teach you how is the initial bliss, or the second, the supreme bliss, or the third, the superior bliss, and the fourth, the ultimate bliss. Four blisses. The initial bliss, the supreme bliss, the superior bliss, and the ultimate bliss. And how you retract them to become four emptiness. From four blisses transform into four emptiness. So you're already at a very high level on the third level empowerment. Without such qualification, it's impossible for you to practice it. And the fourth level empowerment is the meaningful bodhicitta altar, or the altar of the potential wisdom chi. Grandmaster has this altar of the potential wisdom chi. Then I can confer the empowerment directly by words, conferring the fourth level empowerment. That's the first kind of fourth level empowerment. Today's teaching is extremely deep and profound. The initial empowerment is the base empowerment. The second level empowerment is the empowerment through Sand Mandala. The third level empowerment is the bodhicitta altar. I have to set up the bodhicitta altar in order to confer the empowerments upon you. And the fourth is the meaningful bodhicitta altar. Only Grandmaster knows about this meaningful bodhicitta altar, about the potential wisdom chi. Only Grandmaster knows. Even X doesn't even know this. She never received my third level empowerment, not even second level empowerment. I don't know, but definitely not the third level empowerment and the fourth level empowerment. Definitely not. So these are the four kinds of empowerments. And it's okay for you just to understand the surface, because I will only show you my altar or mandala when I confer the empowerment upon you. But don't go to my consultation room and ask for the third level empowerment or the fourth level empowerment. Because for the third level empowerment, I have to set up the altar. It's not that by asking then you have and then you can get the empowerment right away. That's not the case. And for the fourth level empowerment, I need to explain it to you too, by words, lots of them. For the fourth level empowerment, recently I have written a book. What is the title of this book? No changes in the sky, or the sky doesn't change. Inside this book, I wrote about the third level empowerment and fourth level empowerment. So you have to read it. But I guarantee you will not understand it. The sky doesn't change. There may be many parts that you will not understand about this book.
今天讲的6:14了。
It's 6:14 already.
今天去跟我们打工家伙，这边嘛。
Uh-oh.
我今天讲的不一定大家听得懂，对不起哦。有些小朋
You
友
may not understand everything I said today, especially the little kids.
要懂得密法的人才知道。
Only those who study Tantric Dharma would understand.
一对夫妻在街上闲逛，
A couple was strolling around on the street,
最新款的手机，
and the wife saw the newest version of the cell phone, and the husband asked, "Do you like it?" And the wife said, "Of course."
多看一下。
And the husband said, "If you like it, just look at it a little longer."
这老婆问，为什么不买给
And
我？
and then she glared at it for a while and then asked, "Why don't you buy one for me?" And the husband replied,
花时间陪你的人。
"You know, the one who loves you is not just the one spending money on you, but the one spending time with you."
没钱也能装蒜。
And the wife replied that, "I like you because, you know, even when you don't have money, you can still say such nice things and beautifully."
刚刚我讲的话，4种观点。
So the Dharma I just taught about 4 levels of empowerments. This is a very profound teaching.
2观、3观。
The 4th level empowerment has no form,
前述没有形象，到了第4观
completely
完全无形。
free from any forms.
若你能够得到第4观点，
If you can obtain the 4th level empowerment,
一生成佛，
then you're guaranteed
生长。
to attain Buddhahood in this very body, in this lifetime.
你们看看就好，看看手机就好。
It's okay if you just take a look. You don't have to buy it.
开学第1天，
First day in school,
不整的来到学校，
Xiaoming was
你怎么了？
dressing sloppily to school, and the teacher asked, "What happened to you?" And Xiaoming replied, "I ran into a robber on the way to school."
我的暑假作业都被抢，
What did he rob?
老师
Well, he robbed me my homework.
出去罚站。
And the teacher said, "Get out of here."
告诉大家，
So let me tell you,
你们心里想的是什么？
what is on your mind? Grandmaster knows what's on your mind.
所以有一天呢，
So one day
这个
I will
叫人
call
进来，
someone
然后又叫你出去，
to come in and to get out,
叫你进来，又叫你出去。
to ask
请问为什么？
him or her to come in and then to go out.
不说
Why?
什么话，只是叫你进来。
Without saying anything.
你如果你懂了，就
If you
懂
understand,
这个笑话。
then you understand the joke of Xiaoming.
总统跟幕僚到地方巡视，当地的小学校长全勤，太热了，全校师生都受不了。总统说，每间教
The
室立刻加
president
装强力的空调，
and went to visit the elementary schools, and it was really hot.
太热了，大家都
And
受不了。总统说，每间监狱
and
立刻加装冷气。
and he said, "Get some fan." And then when they visit the prisons, it's also really hot. And then the president said, that install aircon, and then the assistant asked why. Oh, because after I completed my presidency, do you think I will go study at elementary school? So that means he knows about himself. So every one of us should know about ourselves, about our own limits. So sometimes just saying things as you like is useless. You have to be sincere. You have to be earnest in your practice and to show your power. Can you practice in your dream? Anyone can practice in your dream? The masters? Can you practice in your dream? Grandmaster can practice in his dream. That was the sleep and dream yoga of the 6 yogas of Naropa. So it's a dream yoga or the illusory yoga. It's the same for empowerment. There's the illusory empowerment and also dream empowerment. The one that you receive from the Buddha Mother is the red light and white light that you receive during empowerment or in meditation. She give the red and white light empowerment upon you, and the experience is very vivid and clear. The thief was caught by the policeman and asked, "Why do you want to be a thief?" I'm a researcher. Why? You're a researcher, you want to be a thief? Well, because I'm doing the research in order to become a thief, because in Chinese the play of words is like he is researching the locks. It sounded like that. So please don't misunderstand. Don't misunderstand Tantrayana. Please don't have the wrong perception that you think that Grandmaster has completed all the Tantric Dharma teachings. When I was in retreat, there were 2 people that said, it's best if Grandmaster never gets out again and we'll just take care of everything. You know who they are? It's best if Grandmaster just live in seclusion forever and never get out again, and we'll take care of it. But you don't even understand Tantric Dharma, don't understand Tantrayana. What I have taught is just the basics. If I don't come out again and expound on Lamdre, you think you understand all about Tantrayana? That you've become the king, you've become the leader? The first one who told me not to get out again, it was Lian Jie, Master Alan Ho. He said, Grandmaster, why don't you just live in seclusion forever and everything, I'll take care of everything. First person was Lian Jie, Alan Ho, and second person, you must have guessed right. She said, let me just take care of everything. Grandmaster can just be in seclusion forever. That was the infamous, the notorious ex. So let's ask her to talk about, to expound on Lamdre, then we'll know. or money pay me home.